Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And so as we go through this today, that's what we're going to fight against. We're not fighting against, or we're not trying to figure out, do we know what it takes to be successful? No, we know. We're on the track for it. You're on the track for it. But how do we ensure we don't lose focus? Because the only reason goals don't take place is because of broken focus. Somewhere along the line, someone took their eyes off and got distracted. And the worst part about distraction, you don't realize it many times until it's too late. So when we talk about potential, what is the potential? Potential is dormant ability. It's unused success. It's everything that we can be but have not yet become. It's everything that we can do but have not yet done. No matter how much success you've had so far, it is only the beginning of what's possible. Now, what dictates whether more or you see more is completely on the mindset that you have right now. So when you sit there and think 600 stores, the bottom line is 600 stores, as significant as that is, as 3,500 employees that may be, is still simply a seed by which there's so much more possibility that can come out. But it's all about how you look at it. If I look at it in a way where, man, it's great that we got here. It is great. But we got to be careful to not live in what I like to always define as the land of good enough. That I'm living in the land. This is good enough. And the most dangerous thing that a successful organization was making is a land of good enough. Here's what I do want you to understand, is that the reason why this conversation about what our potential is so important, and our potential that we have is not necessarily, now here, I'm talking to leaders now, I'm talking to leaders, I'm talking to the leaders. It's easy sometimes for your people to confuse our numbers with our potential. Our numbers with our potential. Our successes with our potential. They are not one and the same. Because sometimes our numbers are good, and it's not downplaying how good we are. But sometimes we're that good because who we're competing against is that bad. And if you make the standard just being a little bit better than who you're competing with, they may not be that good. So they can't be the standard. It's okay to have a benchmark. But the real question is, what would this look like if we were actually reaching our potential? Not how well are we doing in comparison to who we're going against. Does this make some sense? I'm telling you, when leaders get this, this changes the game. When your people have this mindset, and it doesn't mean we don't celebrate our wins, but our wins give us evidence that we can do more. They're not places we sit down and just go, hey, Atlanta, good enough. Not at all. Therefore, when we talk about how do you potentials release, make it very clear to you. Potential must be given responsibility to be released. That's why high goals are critical. That's why performance management is so important, because it allows us to keep getting stronger. Potential's like muscle in the body. When there's no resistance, it will atrophy. It's how it works. Therefore, you go in the weight room, put weight on the bar. You do not get stronger walking around the weight room because you're walking around weights. It doesn't work like that. You got to get under something for something to happen. There has to be actual resistance. In business, as leaders, what do we see? One of the tools we use? Problems, obstacles. Those are like weights to potential. We discover what is by discovering what isn't. We look at mistakes, we figure it out. We find problems and find solutions in the midst of those problems. And then what happens? We discover even greater possibilities. This is why you spend time not only knowing what the organization's goals are and their values and non-negotiables. The real question you got to answer is, what are yours? Have you sat down and gave the same kind of time, investment, and energy in what you want to accomplish over the next year? Show me a leader who's clear about their goals and values. I'm telling you, a leader, even if you didn't know what the organization's values and goals were about, you're going to be extremely committed because you're vested. You got something in the game. Now, you really want to get awesome in terms of taking your team to the next level? It's important that we spend time giving clarity to our team about where we're going as an organization. But here's some information you should also have. Where do they want to go? What do they want to do? What matters to them? Now, here's what I want you to understand. This is the principle now. Your people will help you accomplish your goals, but they're only going to do it for their reasons. Your goal, their reasons. What are their reasons? When they get a chance to sit there and identify what matters to them. It's not just what matters to A Wireless. It's not a strong enough motivator. Yeah, we got all these things that measure, but I'm telling you, what I'm describing right now is like a performance-enhancing drug. I mean, when your boss comes to you and tells you, this is what the company is about, but tell me something. What do you want? What do you desire? What are your goals? Not just at work, but in other areas of life. And sometimes the only thing the boss does is walk in and ask, so how's your goals coming? Do you feel like you're moving towards them? Do you know how that is so powerful, because all of a sudden it causes me to get excited about the goals and the visions of the organization. People buy into the vision, but they only buy into the vision when they first buy into the leader who has the vision. Do you see how powerful that is? It creates what I like to call the law of reciprocity. When you start asking people, what would allow me to do a better job of serving you? As leaders, what's your primary role? Performance managing all the time. You're always talking to them about what they need to improve. But when you start asking for it back, it now creates an environment, a dynamic that is so powerful. A vulnerable environment where feedback can go back and forth. It collapses time. We get the stuff faster, sooner. Ideas exchange quicker, faster. Instead of leaders sitting back, working on problems all by themselves and still not hitting the mark. Here's what I want you all to lock onto, okay? Here's what I want you to lock onto. There is one or two things that always matter the most. But as leaders, we got to know what those one or two things are, okay? Well, one of the reasons why I'm bringing this up is one of the things we look for from our leaders is the ability to focus. So I've given you a lot of stuff, but I want you to think, what's the one or two things I heard from this message today that I'm going to take away and apply? I want you to not only think about what message I heard, I also want you to think about who's the person I need to have this conversation with. That makes it really real. Good information, but where am I applying it? Who do I need? It might just be one person I need to have this conversation with, but that one person and this conversation may cause a significant ripple effect in terms of the success we're about to have. These are the things that coaches are constantly doing. Great leaders do. We're constantly looking for what is the little thing that I can do that makes a big difference. We're going to work hard anyways. So we might as well work hard on the few things that make the biggest difference versus getting caught in the trivial many things that make very little difference. Does that make some sense? And usually the vital few things are the things that make us most uncomfortable, usually a little nervous, the conversation we don't really want to have, but I will tell you, it collapses time. You have everything you need. So when you're coaching your people, speak to the greatness in them, not just the weakness. Speak to the greatness in them, not to the weakness. But just let them know, now I'm in the business of allowing your greatness to shine that much more. You're going to still coach them similarly, but now the umbrella, the theme that's over the top of it is so different. I now hear it differently because now it doesn't sound like just criticism. It sounds like an investment to allow me to become great. The best is yet to come. God bless you all. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you.